All right, guys. Tuesday, August 19th, evening, 8:30. Today we're talking a little NFL, breakout players for the season, underperforming players for the season, and your Lions team MVP for the season. As always, I'm Justin. This is Phil. Phil, how you doing?
Good evening. How are you?
Good. This is highly unqualified.
Which we are.
Highly. So, Phil, there you go. I'll let you start a topic off here. Talk about some breakout players, comeback players of the year for the 2025-26 season. See what you got coming to the table here.
Yeah, so we all know off season, a lot of people move around, switch teams, coming back from injuries. I was just thinking, who we thought is gonna be the best, who's gonna have that breakthrough comeback season. The person that came to mind when I started thinking about this topic was Justin Fields.
Yeah.
And that newly taken over Aaron Glenn, what type of offenses are they going to run? What kind of team are they going to be?
Yeah.
I would assume he's going to be that type of coach, kind of like Dan Campbell, the gritty.
Oh, they're all going to try to be Dan Campbell.
Beat him up,
Yeah, they're all going to try to take from Dan Campbell in some way, but put their own little, spin on whatever they're doing. With Aaron Glenn being a defensive coach, stepping into a team that has a lot of good defensive talent with the Jets, Justin Fields. Now, if he can go out there and play turnover-free football, do you think that gives the Jets an opportunity to, say, win 7+ games on the season?
7+, I think so.
Yeah.
It all depends on that offensive line. That's one of the main reasons why Rodgers didn't do very well. But I think if they can keep Fields clean, he's going to run.
Yeah.
He'll probably have...
Well, we've seen flashes of him in Chicago and what he was able to do against Detroit. When he's in a pressured position, he gets mobile and, pretty dangerous. Because you never know with them mobile quarterbacks, they could be scrambling onto the pocket and look like they're committed to tucking and running. Mm-hmm. But then they, once the linebacker commits to stepping up and making a play, boom, that zone's wide open.
Flash one for a quick 20.
That's it. Yeah. So,
I think he's got the skill in his legs alone to rush for himself like 800 yards.
Sure. And look at a lot of the weapons he has on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, let's not forget he's throwing to one of the best receivers in the league.
Brees Hall
is his running back.
Yeah, he's got a pretty
Alan
solid
Lazard
team.
Shows signs of being a good.
Is he still there? Is he still over
he's
there?
Still there.
Okay.
Shows signs of being a good 2 receiver.
Sure.
They got a couple young guys coming up. The Mikhail Corley.
Yeah.
He's gotten involved a little bit last year. I think he's in a good situation. And now, if he doesn't do anything with this opportunity, I think he's going to be a career backup after this.
It may be kind of like a project for them. They're not expecting him to go out there and win 12 games for him. Maybe they are. The Jets fans are delusional.
Get him through this season and
draft
or sign someone else.
Sure. But it's kind of if you win games, okay, great. If you lose games, well, we didn't expect anything less. You know what I mean? So, they're probably in a good position. I mean, as far as rebuilding, normally when a coach steps into a team, a new team, there's going to be their first couple years of, okay, we're going to rebuild. We're going to do things, the new coach is going to bring in his assistants and they may have a different game plan than the previous coach. And so it may take some time to set up, but with the talent that the Jets have, I don't see them being like a 4-win team.
Yeah,
I think they're winning a couple games this year.
6 or more.
Probably, I mean,
6 to 8.
How about this? Think. Over under on the Jets wins total on the season, 6.5.
I would say over.
Yeah. As long as neither one of them come against New England, I'm fine with it.
I think we're going to see Justin Fields be more of a passer.
Yeah.
Because their offensive coordinator over there is and Strange, that was the passing game coordinator for Detroit.
Okay.
He's a passing style coordinator. So I think we're going to see him now. Do they have like I said before, do they have the O-line for it? Who knows?
That's the biggest question mark.
They did it last year. I don't know. I don't really brush up on New York.
No.
Offensive line.
I do just because I hate them.
No, yeah.
The Jets.
Just do not forget, Justin does not lay claim to the Detroit Lions.
No.
He is a Patriots through and through.
100%.
Every episode.
Every episode.
I tell you.
Every day for my whole life. Yeah. Every episode. Every day my whole life I've been a Patriot fan. I got a Drew Bledsoe jersey from Starter hanging up in the closet in the next room. Whoa. But yeah, the Jets, I can't see them having a terrible season. And watch out for the AFC East. They may have, I think Miami's going to start taking a couple steps back. I think they have quarterback issues that they don't want to admit to.
Yeah.
Because Tua's one hit away from realistically his career being over. We hope it doesn't happen.
Being over.
Well, that's, yeah, like career, everything.
Isn't that one of the things they told him last year? Like,
yeah, don't come back, please.
Keep taking these hits.
Yeah. It's like when Boobie Miles came back for that one game after his doctor said, no, you have a slight tear.
Can he play?
Can he play? But obviously the Bills, who are Super Bowl contenders, they're probably going to, the East runs through them. Mm-hmm. And then outside of them, okay, it's been the Dolphins the last couple of years, but that coach over there, what's his name?
McDaniels, yeah.
He's kind of wearing thin. His philosophy, it's starting to lose its luster, so to speak.
The cutesy.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill, you've kind of taken Tyreek Hill. You've had him kind of in his prime, and you were unable to get him a quarterback that could throw the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you're not okay, yeah, you signed Tyreek Hill, but you don't have the quarterback for Tyreek Hill.
I mean, Tua was getting him the ball the first year.
Was he?
Tua, yeah. That was when Hill had the 2,000 receiving yards.
Yeah.
That was with Tua. Okay. He's healthy.
But the question is,
Tua took a bad hit, and then he hasn't been the same.
And that's the question, I guess, is can you trust him to play a season fully healthy? I mean, with the head injuries and the head issues, I mean, I hope he does. I hope he does.
Yeah.
I pray he does. But with the past injuries being there, it just doesn't look good for him from that standpoint, So, if anything, they gotta, spend top dollar to make sure he doesn't get hit. So go out and spend, bring in a good offensive line, couple good offensive linemen. I don't know what the problem in Miami is. I guess defense, offense, quarterback, wide receiver who gets arrested. I don't know. Speaks for itself, I guess. They traded Ramsey in the offseason to Pittsburgh, was it? Jalen Ramsey?
Yeah.
So he's gone. And Odell Beckham signed there, but he may be gone too. They may have cut him, or he may be getting cut.
I don't think Odell's in the league.
Really?
Yeah. And to go back with Tua, how soon into the season do we see Quinn Ewers going in?
Yeah, no,
he's drafted him for a reason, right? And you got a fragile quarterback right now.
Sure. But again, not a team that I concern myself with, unless my team's playing them, or a win or a loss for them can determine playoff positioning for us in any type of way.
Yeah. Justin Fields is one of those players I think that could be sneaky, have a resurgence, comeback year. About who you thinking?
Comeback, as far as comeback goes?
Comeback, someone that just,
Well, okay, as far as comeback goes,
plays above expectations, has a career year.
So could we potentially be talking about somebody who will potentially win the Comeback Player of the Year award?
No, just in general, who you think is going to have a comeback year? Somebody that was hurt, who's going to have that breakout year where they've been kind of teetering that line, and all of a sudden they've had a career year that, launches them into.
I think now it'd be too easy to go out there and say Hutchinson. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a dog before the injury, and he's gonna be one going forward. I don't want to say, even though I feel if he stays healthy, he's gonna have a strong season, and the team relies on him to stay healthy. That is Dak Prescott. If Dak Prescott can play all 17 games of the season and stay healthy, for God's sake, stay healthy, that gives Dallas their best chance to potentially fight for a wild card spot.
Yeah, wild card for sure, because I don't think you're taking that division.
From Philly?
Care. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Philly lost some players in the offseason too, and defensively, in the secondary, so maybe that's going to do something to them, and maybe they're going to be beatable. We've seen that Jalen Hurts isn't really that next level quarterback. He does make mistakes.
Yeah.
He does fumble the ball. When you put the pressure on him and kind of flush him out of the pocket, he does throw up some pretty bad balls.
Yeah.
Just to get rid of it. If Dallas can play to their true potential with, we're going to talk in the land of hypotheticals here. Say they get a deal done with Parsons. Say Parsons says, okay, you know what? I'm going to play the season. No distractions. None. We'll get this thing figured out after we win the Super Bowl. I'm thinking in the mindset of Parsons. If they can keep him, around for another year and take the contract out of it, we'll get it done when we get it done. Right now, we're playing football. Who's that other defensive lineman they have? Lawrence?
I think he's gone.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think he's there anymore.
Their defense isn't half bad. This at Dallas's true potential, CeeDee Lamb, you got a good couple wide receivers over there. And I'm not a Cowboys fan at all. Matter of fact, I kind of despise them.
Yeah,
in a way.
Lawrence went to Seattle.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I think Dallas could come out and, shock some people, get maybe 11 wins, 10, 11 wins, if everybody stays healthy. Again, it relies on Dak staying healthy. Again, so I'm not going to say Dak. I'm not Trevor Lawrence, if he stays healthy, he's kind of set up good as far as the offense goes. He's got a good running game. ETN's fairly decent with Tank Bigsby.
No, that's not. Yeah. I think it was ETN's brother that went to Carolina.
Oh, really?
Or a family member. Yeah, there's ETN that. Yeah. I just think that team is done.
Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need a complete overhaul.
Well, I don't.
Duval.
Oh God, that's embarrassing. Yeah, boy. I don't trust Houston enough to say, yeah, they're like unequivocally the favorite. Indy has no idea what they're doing going into the season after they just named Daniel Jones as starting quarterback, which I don't know if that, if Richardson just doesn't have it, because they see a lot more than what we do.
Right.
We're not scouts. We don't get paid to, watch them. Just see what we see. Not having that confidence in him to say, listen, you're our guy week 1. We're putting our faith in you to go out there and get this done. Don't give us a reason. And they're not even giving him that opportunity. So they might be seeing something in mini camps and practice that we just don't see. Maybe he doesn't, doesn't see the checkdowns. Maybe he doesn't read the secondary. Maybe he's bad on, he can't throw the ball accurately on certain out routes or whatever. There's just a lot more going on there that we don't know about. So to be honest, watch out for Daniel Jones to have a decent season.
Yeah. See what he can do there.
Yeah, sure. He's got his opportunity. It's all he can ask for, being a former starting quarterback.
Yeah,
he knows this is it. This is absolutely it. So if he goes out week 1 and shines, turnover-free football, that's the first and foremost, the most important thing to winning football games. Because if you don't turn the ball over, you're not giving the other team that chance, obviously, to capitalize on that turnover.
Yeah.
No interceptions, no fumbles. Just play turnover-free football. Go out and throw a couple of touchdowns. He may turn some heads as far as, okay, this guy can play in the league. The Giants were just impatient with him.
Yeah.
They cut him.
Or didn't know what to do with him.
Well, okay. His tenure in New York, how many receivers did he have that were good? Okay, they signed what's his name from Detroit? Kenny Galladay.
He had Odell for like a season.
Did he?
I think.
I don't know. Because he played for the Rams. He won a Super Bowl with the Rams. Wasn't that was?
Yeah.
You want to check that. Do a little bit of research on that one. To my knowledge, he didn't have a legitimate receiver that he could say, okay, I can chuck this up and he can go up there and get this one. So they go out and draft Malik Neighbors from LSU. Fine. Malik Neighbors goes out and gets hurt. And then they, dump Daniel Jones. I think Jones kind of got a bad rep there in New York. Or it was bad business. It's just bad business on New York's standpoint for giving a guy $40 million per season.
Odell was there his rookie year.
Yeah. What were his stats? Probably
who, Odell's or Jones?
Yeah, both.
Odell.
So I think at the end of the day, fantasy wise, who's going to get some big points, and that could be a breakout player, is Brian Thomas from Jacksonville, wide receiver. If Trevor Lawrence stays healthy, he's capable of getting him 100 yards almost easily every game. And I think he's got the potential to be a breakout player this season. Wide receiver, again, Brian Thomas Jr. From Jacksonville.
What are you thinking about Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh?
I mean, at this point, I think it's just
a little better of an offensive line. Got a couple weapons.
I don't know. I think
he's still got some gas in the tank.
Well, we'll find out. He went to probably one of the toughest divisions in the in the AFC over there. Maybe. Well, not really. I mean, you got Cincinnati and Baltimore that are just gonna bludgeon each other to death in that division. Yeah. Cleveland. Who knows anything about them? They named Joe Flacco their starting quarterback for the season, rightfully so. Shedeur Sanders definitely wasn't getting that. And the other kid they drafted from Oregon, they said it looks worse than Shedeur does. So
everyone was all hyped about Shedeur after that first preseason game.
Oh, brother. Yeah,
and then they came out right after it. They're like, hey, listen, he's number 4 on the depth chart.
Yeah, it might calm down a little bit,
thought he was going to have a really big comeback. Not to give Aaron his time, but Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I think he's going to come back guns a-blazing.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying that he's looking healthy. He's got his full cut. He's making all the moves.
Yeah.
Looking great. I think he's going to come back and probably be the piece that team needs after losing Debo. Ayuk is out.
I think he stayed.
Is
he out?
I think he's hurt or suspended. One of the two.
Yeah, boy.
I think he's going to have a huge season. The Niners.
Well, if Matt Stafford's out as long as what's it going to be, a couple weeks?
I'm hearing that he might play opening week. He's out there throwing already.
Oh, Jesus.
It's heard that he may miss the first week. But yeah, he's not going to miss that much time.
Okay. Well, that's good news for them.
Yeah.
Because I heard that he was going to miss some time due to injury, and then everything gets over-exaggerated now.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, he could come back as early as week 1. Like, yeah, you guys over-exaggerated the report to begin with, Well, it can't forget about Seattle. Seattle's in that division. That's going to be a tough division, too. I mean,
Seattle's going to be a weird team.
Yeah.
With Darnold, Cup.
Yeah.
It's
gonna be weird not seeing DK. Yeah, exactly.
Is Kenneth Walker going to stay healthy?
You tell me.
They kind of have a two-headed monster over there with
Penny.
No,
I'm kidding.
What was that? Rashad Penny?
It's like from 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's their backup over there? Seattle.
No idea.
Anyways.
Guess I'm not ready for football
yet. This is why we're doing this. We're getting ready right here. Just saying names.
Hyping us up. Yeah.
Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Joe Montana.
Bobby Gribble.
Bobby Boucher.
Yeah, there you go. Good linebacker. That's what she said. Bing, bing, bing.
Oh, shit.
But
who else we got? Who do you think is going to take
Stephon Diggs? I think Stephon Diggs is going to have a comeback season. I don't think he's going to go out there and get 1,300 receiving yards, but I think he's going to go out there and get maybe in between 8 and 950.
Maybe, yeah. He's back to being kind of the top guy again.
Yeah.
Kind of got lost in the shuffle in Houston.
Yeah. Well, New England needed somebody who could be a number 1.
Yeah.
And obviously it wasn't working out in where's he at? Houston.
Yeah, like I said, he got lost in the shuffle there.
Yep. And
they had some pretty good receiving core over there.
Nico, and where's Nico? What college?
He's still there.
Look that up. What college did he come from?
Nico?
Yeah. It's Michigan College. Oh, okay. Never mind. Michigan throwing out some all-pro receivers in the NFL draft. Hail to Michigan. I need to get that drop on here. Wolverines fight song every time they win. And especially when we do our episode Michigan State review. I'm going to be that first episode after Michigan. I mean, just bludgeons little brother around on that football field.
I'm not talking to you for 3 minutes.
That gives me 3 minutes to rant about how Michigan, and listen, everything I'm about to tell you is extremely well thought out, credible information.
I hope you're talking to the listeners and not me, because I'm not talking. This is anytime somebody says anything about Michigan, this is what goes through my brain. Oh, it's not working.
Uh-oh.
It's so bad because it's a Michigan joke, so it's even worse. All right, let me set that up again. Anytime I hear anything about Michigan, this is what I hear.
Oh man, that's
just all I hear. Just
that's horrible. You know,
the Michigan Wolverines.
It's so disrespectful.
The Michigan cheating Wolverines.
Look, I can't comment on anything about the past. We're looking ahead, looking towards the future. We've got 5 years of probably the best recruited quarterback in college history. Oh man,
best joke you told all night.
Oh, this guy. Bryce Underwood has the potential to take Michigan and win 3 national championships and losing the other 2 seasons. So Bryce Underwood is going to take Michigan to 5 straight national championships. Every game Bryce Young plays for in Michigan is going to be a win. This kid may not even lose a game in his college career. You're looking at that's
no
the level of disrespect there.
No.
Listen, Michigan. Okay, here's my argument. Here's my argument for you. Who do they play?
Who does Michigan play?
Who does Michigan play on their schedule other than Ohio State?
Who do they play?
They play Grand Valley University. They play Bowling Green. They play Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan the first 4 or 5 weeks before before conference play begins. Who do we have to worry about other than Ohio State? Nobody. And we don't even have to worry about them because we've owned them the last 4 years.
I think they play Macomb Community College in week 4.
That's what I'm talking about. Run it up 70 points on them. Let's be that number 1 team by that week. By week 5, listen, if we're undefeated by week 5, anything lower than the number one ranked team in the nation is disrespectful, and I will take that personal.
Nope.
Huh?
Nope.
Extremely personal. So, and we're going to talk about college. We'll talk more college football as the college season begins.
Yeah, we'll get there.
The older I've gotten, the more watered down I believe college has become.
Never really been a fan of college.
I used to love college football. Back when we were in junior high and elementary school, junior high. It was just, I believe in my opinion, they set the standard so much more higher back then because you look at teams that get into the playoff now, 4 losses, 3 losses, 2 losses, 2 losses. Okay, fine. I get. If you're an SEC team and you've lost to the number 1 and number 2 team and it was very close, fine. I get it. But you look back in the BCS ranking days when the computer used to do it, you only got into the national championship game if you were undefeated.
Yeah.
And they looked at the strength of your schedule. So you didn't have teams like Boise State who played in the Mountain West going undefeated and getting in the national championship game. Okay, well, who did Boise State play that year? Nobody. Arkansas State, Colorado State Cathedral. They played nobody.
Where I remember back when
the Gators used to be great back in the day,
like Miami or somebody.
University of Miami was
one of those top teams. Lost 1 game, they were like, "Oh my God, they're out of contention for the national championship."
Oh, it was the next day on SportsCenter, Sunday morning, Sunday night, or Saturday night. It would be, "Oh my God, the Hurricanes lose." Or USC was the big team when Pete Carroll and Reggie Bush and Leinart were there, and they went 2 years in a row.
Oh, more cheaters.
Didn't they get caught cheating? Hey, look, don't put us on the. They revoked a lot of a lot of players were ineligible to play or something like that, But when you're talking about an ineligible thing because of grades, I think it was because of grades.
Wasn't Reggie Bush like doing autographs for?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what college kids get paid for today.
Yeah.
So when they said, okay, we're going to let this NIL in college slide. Oh, Reggie, here's your Heisman back. Sorry that we kind of tainted your legacy a little bit.
Yeah.
I felt that was disrespectful to Reggie because, dude, ineligible signing autographs takes away nothing from what he did on the field on Saturday afternoons. That man was phenomenal at USC.
Well, I think he was signing autographs to get things.
Yeah.
Like he was signing autographs for like.
But it's not like he was like cheating, like stealing signs or taking steroids or, I'm just saying.
Stealing signs. Huh?
I'm just saying.
That's what we're talking about
it
right
is
now.
what it is. It is what it is. And USC was really good back then. And I believe they lost to Texas in the national championship is what kind of put them on ice.
Mm.
And then, what year was that? 2003?
Was that USC and
Texas? I think that was 2004.
Is that when they
national
were
championship or 5?
Vince Young?
Vince Young, yep. The last minute touchdown where he reached
Young
over
versus Matt Leinart, right?
Yep. It was great. Phenomenal.
Was it Colt McCoy the backup that year?
I don't know.
I think he left. Colt McCoy took over.
I remember Colt.
But anyways,
it's gotten to the point where I feel like 5 years ago was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It seems like such a long time ago. College football though, although I love Michigan through and through, I don't, and I'm not going to talk about the cheating scandal because honestly, I don't know enough about it to comment on it. When things like that happen, I just have a tendency of saying, look, whatever, it is what it is. It's in the past. Let's move forward from it. If we did cheat, damn, that sucks that my team resorted to that level,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
Allegedly.
yeah. At the end of the day, go Wolverines. Phil, you're obviously a Spartans fan. I think. Oh, are you starting to teeter towards Michigan?
No.
Come on.
No.
Sean, if you're listening,
No.
if you're listening, dude, you got to get on them.
No.
Send him a text message. Go Blue every Saturday morning when week 1 of the college football season begins.
The day you hear me say I'm a Michigan fan is the day you hear me do this.
Ooh, that was a couple rounds.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't want to ask any questions, but where are those rounds going?
Anyways, back to the NFL.
Yeah, we'll get back to the NFL.
National Football League.
Breakout players for the season. Here's an underperforming player for you. I believe Jaden Daniels is going to underperform this year. Terry McLaurin's upset. He wants to be traded. Terry McLaurin is the guy in Washington, if you ask me. They made a trade for Debo. We know he's kind of a drama queen as he was in San Francisco. I don't
know if he was that much of a drama queen.
Well, he talking about he wanted to be paid.
Well, yeah, he wants to be paid, and he didn't want to be a running back. He wanted to be a receiver.
Yeah. Well, that's
I think
what
that whole thing is if he was asking, like, if you want me to be, a receiver, running back, I want to be paid for both positions, or I just want to be a receiver, which I get. That's double the wear and tear on your body.
So that year that they had him running in those formations as in the backfield and doing all that, was that the year McCaffrey was hurt?
No, that was the year before they got McCaffrey.
So they didn't have a running back.
That was the year they got McCaffrey.
That was the year they got McCaffrey.
The year they got McCaffrey because they traded for McCaffrey at the deadline.
Yeah.
Carolina.
So then prior to having McCaffrey, they used Debo in those packages and formations. We're talking
Debo. They had
7 or 8 games. We're talking maximum he played in that.
Well, they had a running back too. I just can't remember who it was. Elijah Mitchell, maybe.
Something like that. Yeah.
I think it was Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah.
And then Debo was doing both.
Well, from Debo's standpoint, why do you think you're going to be asked to be doing both going forward. If the team doesn't plan on, if the team had no legitimate running back at all, and they were said, Debo, for the time being, we need you to do this and we need you to do that. Okay, fine. I can do that for 6-7 games. Sure. But please make a move at the deadline to get, take the load off me, because I can't be doing both.
Yeah. And I think that's what he did.
Well,
probably one of the, that
he complained about it. He did. I remember him complaining about it. And then he said something along the lines of wanting more money for doing that, like going forward. Now, what need would they have going forward to him lining up in the backfield when the team made a trade and acquired Christian McCaffrey?
Because I think what led to San Fran making that trade was the argument of, if you're going to have me do both, I want to be paid for both. Like, that contract he got was the same year that they got McCaffrey. So he went into that season saying, listen, if you're going to run me both, I want to get paid for both.
Yeah.
I want to get paid regardless, but I want to get paid for both.
Yeah.
So they gave him a re-up, however much it was. And then that's when they later then went and got McCaffrey at the deadline from Carolina.
Yeah.
So, and now he's not even there, so it doesn't matter. He's in Washington. Which, what are they going to do? Are they going to use him the same way? Is he going to be a strictly
And that's going to be the problem. That's going to be the problem. If you're going to use him as a two-way player, as a running back and lining up in the backfield, he got his contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, then he shouldn't be complaining then.
I don't know if he's complaining now.
Right.
I don't think he's complaining now, but...
Well, that kid over there, that running back's apparently on the block.
Brian Robinson.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yep.
I
think he wants to get paid.
Oh, I
think he wants a contract. Well, no, not anymore. You got Austin Eckler and you got Tebow.
Yeah.
Whoever else you have, that Rodriguez, the backup over there.
Yeah, I don't know. Too many of the young kids in Washington. I know they have a somewhat older defense.
Yeah.
They just signed Von Miller, didn't they?
Yep.
I mean, come on. It's like you're grabbing these guys out of
at least they're fucking signing something.
Freaking retirement home. But
all these players that the Lions could be getting for cheap 1 year ends, whatever.
Sure.
They're not even looking.
Another breakout player I'm looking at this year. And I wouldn't bet a fantasy pick on it or anything, but Kyle Pitts, tight end from Atlanta.
I think if he was going to be something, he'd be something already.
Well, every year his touchdown numbers have increased statistically. From year 1 up until year 4, they've increased. And if Atlanta can figure out what they're doing at quarterback, then there can be trust built between that quarterback and Kyle Pitts.
I think they're going with Penis, as ESPN would put on.
Horrible. Somebody needed to be fired immediately for that. How embarrassing for Penix.
Yeah.
And also the person who put it on the teleprompter. I mean, behind the scenes, everybody know who's in charge of that one job. It's like they get back to the office like, oh, you see what Dave did today?
It's like that.
He missed 2 letters.
It's like the Barton anchorman. He's like, God damn it. Whatever they put on the screen, we all know he's going to read.
Yeah.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
But that may be a surprise team coming out this year is Atlanta. I don't know, what they're doing as far as quarterback Penix. If it is Penix, good luck to you.
Yeah.
Tampa.
Crazy that they spent all that money on Cousins.
Oh my God. I mean, just the money that's thrown around in sports today is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. 700 million here, 400 million there. Just to hit 268. Not even to hit 300. Just to hit 268 in a season. baseball now. I switched it up real quick.
What are you talking about? Who's hitting in football?
Who's getting $400 million in football? The most we've seen is like 250, and it's like, whoa, that's a lot of money. But it's broken down by years. It's only like 5-year contract in football.
You know who needs to have a top career year? My boy James Cook got paid.
Oh yeah,
$12 million a year.
Yeah, he needs to show up now.
Now he needs to put the big boy pants on, lower that helmet, and
get her done.
Get her done.
Yep. Which would take enormous pressure off of Josh Allen to have to make plays consistently. But we know Buffalo has a good offensive line. Mm-hmm. We know, obviously, the quarterback is Josh freaking Allen.
Yep.
MVP. The question really has been the last couple of years is the running game. Didn't they have Fournette last year? Didn't they pick him up like towards the end of the season?
He never played.
But he never played.
No, they
Why?
didn't. Because we're still talking about Buffalo, right?
Yes.
Because we had James Cook starting.
Yeah.
We had Ray Davis behind him. We had Ty Johnson behind him.
He's another weapon to throw out there.
Those two, that's a three-headed monster right there.
Yeah, but with what Fournette brought to the table with his explosiveness.
I think he was kind of done though.
You think so?
Oh yeah, he was done.
Again, that's something we, as the fans, we don't see in practice.
Done when he left Tampa.
Yeah,
he's done.
Yeah.
No, I think Buffalo has one of the best backfields in the game right now. I mean, when Cook got hurt and he was out a couple of games last year, Davis didn't skip a beat. The running game was still there. He was, rushing for 50, 60, 70 yards, touchdowns. He's the goal line guy. Ty Johnson is kind of like the receiver out the back.
Yeah, sure. Buffalo being a huge rival of the Patriots, at the end of the day, you're not the Jets, so I can tip my cap to you. And, I can go out there and tell you that I think Buffalo, I don't let my pride get into the way of what I see, I think Buffalo has a really strong chance to go to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
I think, and I think we talked about this the other day, I think we're looking at a Buffalo, Kansas City AFC Championship game.
Naturally.
And in Buffalo, this one's going to be in Buffalo. And that's going to do a lot of things. That's going to send the Bills to the Super Bowl for the first time in 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to end the Kansas City Chiefs' reign as a legitimate contender every single season. And it's going to be the final win in Buffalo Stadium until they open up the new one. So there's a lot that can happen in that game.
Yeah.
There's a lot that can happen. And all Kansas City needs is a couple good calls from the refs in a playoff game. If they get a home playoff game, like say in the divisional round against, say, Cincinnati, they're winning that game just because it's at home, off of that alone.
If they make it,
Kansas City, I think they got enough in the tank to still win the
lost
division.
An offensive lineman,
Joe Thuney. But there's a reason why he's gone. Yeah. Andy Reid does not release superstars that don't create, controversy within the locker room. Yeah. Tyreek Hill was a big mouth. That's why they shipped him off. But everyone else who's like a team, and I can comment on it because Thuney was a Patriot for multiple years, won a couple of Super Bowls with us. He's a great team guy. He's a team leader. He's a leader on the offensive line, and he was a team captain for us back when he played for the Patriots. I can't expect he was anything less with the Chiefs in that locker room on the field. And again, he was a multiple time, I think, All-Pro with the Chiefs, and won Super Bowls with them. Go figure. You leave the Patriots dynasty after winning, I think he won like a Super Bowl or two with them, and then goes right to Kansas City and becomes a part of that dynasty. He is getting older, 30s and again, an offensive lineman. You look at, all these football players as former offensive linemen ourselves, in high school. Every single play of the game, they're banging.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Head first. They may not hit with their helmets, but they're going in head first with their helmets in first.
Yeah.
And they take beatings. And, getting in that 3-point stance, doing it for 20 years of your life. I'm talking from high school to college, now to the pros. Takes a toll on your knees, takes a toll on your back. It just takes a toll on you physically. And he's getting up there in age, Thuney.
Yeah.
And that may be why he's not a Chief anymore. And the Bears jumped on him.
Yeah.
Because they're so desperate to put together a winning team of former winners. They don't care, like, oh, he's 50 years old, but he's an offensive lineman and he's won multiple Super Bowls. Sign him now. I think Thuney's going to start taking steps back.
Yeah.
And I think the Chiefs have the right coaching staff to have the next man ready for the position, as far as being a starter goes. And again, Thuney, if you rewatch the Super Bowl film from last year, he was terrible. He could not block
the whole
living
team was
soul.
terrible.
Yeah, it couldn't block us. And that's something that, again, we're going to go off topic here. That's what distributes Tom Brady from Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes was down by a lot in that game. And every time they showed him on the sideline, he just looked defeated. And the team on the field were just playing defeated.
Chewing on that stupid mouth guard.
When New England was down against Atlanta in, Super Bowl 51, and ended up coming back.
That picture of him hunched over, head between his knees, basically.
Man, that was the most unbelievable game I've ever seen in my life, football-wise. I don't think anything will ever top that ever, as far as for me. You know what I mean? Not only was it a huge comeback, but it was a huge comeback to win the Super Bowl. There's nothing bigger than that, man, as far as being a football fan goes.
So let me ask you this. We'll finish off next 10, 15 minutes here of the show with this question. Two-parter, Detroit Lions. We'll finish with the old boys.
Yeah.
Who do you think needs to have a breakout year? Who do you expect to have a breakout year?
Okay. And I'm not going to throw out any names of any superstar players like, oh yeah, St. Brown, Gibbs, I think J-Mo needs to have a big year.
And he needs to be in
every game. He needs to be involved more in what they do. Yeah.
No 4-game suspensions.
Yeah.
No betting. No headaches.
Nothing at all.
Just show up, show out.
Yep.
And get your fucking contract.
Well, yeah, and that's the issue is he's coming up soon, and
I think after this season.
Yeah, and with all the guys you have to re-sign, Laporta, Gibbs, Campbell, Hutch coming up this year.
Yeah, you got to make the decision if you're going to keep Anzalone around.
There's going to be sacrifices to be made. Who's going to be that guy that can't be around?
I got to imagine some of your O-line people everyone besides Sewell.
Well, Decker, and that's kind of a concerning issue is, on paper, they're set up, for, long-term success with Panay and the guy who, Rutledge, they just drafted.
Yeah.
He looks like he's just going to be a workhorse. If he can be anything like what Panay Sewell is, oh my goodness, are they in for 10 years of a great offensive line? But so Ragnow's done. He just up and retired. So, check him out. Decker is getting up there in age. Glasgow's getting up there in age. Going forward, who's the only guy on the offensive line that we know for sure is going to be here and who we know for sure is a beast? It's Panay Sewell.
As long as he doesn't get hurt.
Like Rutledge, he may look like a good football player. He may look good in practice, but how's he going to play in a game?
Yeah.
How are these guys? How's Mahogany?
Second year Mahogany.
How's he going to play? How's that Manu guy going to play? How are these guys going to adapt by being the everyday starters? You know what I'm saying? And if these guys can't adapt, they're going to have some issues, especially because, in my opinion, I think Detroit, with a running back like Gibbs, should be a run-first team just because of how explosive that kid is. I mean, he can hit those outside edges like nobody's business. But do you have the offensive line that can seal those edges for him to get around so he's not running into a tackle?
Yeah.
Or he's not trying to do the Barry Sanders, okay, I got to make a play because the hole's not there. I got to cut inside now and run into 4 300-pound linemen. So I think J-Mo is somebody who must have a big breakout season, who I think is going to have a big season. Taron Arnold. I think he's going to step up, and I think he's going to have a big season. He's going to have a big year. He's going to play more lockdown.
Yeah.
I think he's got a good group there with him. Like, he's got some good safety nets there with Joseph and Branch.
Yeah.
And bringing in Reed from the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
The guy only gave up, 1 or 2 touchdowns all last year.
Yeah.
I think that's going to help him out a lot.
And he kind of, towards the end of last year, he kind of learned how to play the ball, not the man.
Yeah.
Because he was notorious for pass interference calls.
Hands, physical.
I think at one point, halfway through the season, he was leading the league in pass interference calls.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second half of the year, I think he only had like 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would agree with that, especially now that it's basically just him now again because Rakeshaw's hurt.
Yeah. For the year.
Yeah.
I guess.
Bust.
God, I like that kid too.
Yeah. Those are 2 good ones. I got who I think is going to have a good year, or who I expect to have a good year.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's Monty.
Yeah.
David Montgomery.
Yeah.
I think people are going to be so fixated on Gibbs
Mm-hmm. Oh,
that they're
absolutely.
gonna. And I'm reading that they're gonna be splitting Gibbs out to receiver a little bit, having him on more like passing routes.
Okay.
Which could distract the offense and
Sure.
give Monty the ball. And he's kind of playing with a chip on his shoulder. People forget about him because Gibbs is so good.
Yeah.
But and any other team, I think Montgomery's a starter. That's why they say you have a 2-headed monster.
Oh, absolutely. Probably the best running duo in the NFC.
Yeah. I think he's going to have a big year. Who I think has to have a big year. Granted, he's going to be hurt for a few games. When he comes back, Laporta, if he wants the contract and he wants to be the big-time tight end, he's got to be the big-time tight end. He's got to get more involved. Last year, he wasn't really that involved. I don't know if that was just Goff not giving him the ball or if that was just him not getting open.
Part
whatever
of the game plan. Who knows?
Whatever it may be. But this year, if he is going to come in like commanding that money, he's got to show it. He's got to have 8 to 10 touchdowns. I don't know. I think he's out for 2 games, 3 games.
Yeah, I haven't seen the
hurt on
updated
something.
report yet.
Still a lot of season left.
Sure.
You got to be that guy that, gets the job done. Otherwise, it's like, why pay you?
Right.
Those are my 2.
Okay. What about for Buffalo?
For Buffalo, who I think will have a big year. I think Coleman is going to have a solid year.
Okay.
Second year with Allen, he can hit that long ball. He's good on his routes. He's got good hands. It's just getting them the ball more.
Yeah.
Who I think has to have a good year. I want to say McDermott.
Hey, well, yeah.
That's what I want
really.
to say. But if I had to pick who has to have a good year, it has to be anytime you go into a season with a player that's holding out, that player has to have a good year. Otherwise, it's like,
what are you holding out for?
What do we do all this for?
Yeah.
Like, who are you?
Yeah.
I think Cook has to have that breakout year.
Yeah.
You know, he has to mimic what he did last year and more.
Because that's
$12 million a year. That's a lot of money for a running back. And got to perform.
Sure.
Because, like I said earlier, you have Ray Davis, you have Ty Johnson that together could get that job done.
Sure.
Like, Ray Davis is going to be a starter somewhere at some point. I'm willing to bet. So either do your shit or,
get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Where the fuck you at?
So that's what I think. Who do you think for Patriots?
Oh, that's tough because we have a lot of unknowns and we have a lot of players who have what I would consider high ceilings that are like, I don't want to say like on a slow progress, but it's taking them a little bit longer. Now, the guy that I think absolutely must have a big season or his ass is wheatgrass is Ramondre Stevenson. I think he's got to have a big season. He had a fumbling issue last year, apparently, which, again, you can't turn the ball over. You can't do it. They drafted Travion Henderson from Ohio State, who has just been a freak in the preseason. And he's showing signs. I don't think he's ready to get that number one running back spot yet. Yeah. That's Ramondre's until he loses it. Negative yards, 2 yards a carry, not hitting his gaps, fumbling. And I think his time may be coming to an end.
Yeah, because you also have
Gibson. Yeah, but he's on borrowed time too. He wasn't a long-term investment. He was just a guy they brought in just so we didn't have like Jim Bob Scooter running the ball. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like they're like, well, we need to have somebody of relevancy so we're not like the worst in the league at everything.
Wasn't that I mean? Good old Danny Boy's offensive coordinator in Detroit?
No, that was
Jim Bob Cooter or whatever.
Yeah. I couldn't think of a name, so I just threw it out there. Jim Bob Scooter.
Yeah.
But I think Ramondre needs to have a big season. And again, I'm not expecting him to go out there and get 1,000 yards. Be nice, I'm just asking that he performs well when he has his opportunity to perform. When we need a big first down, say to win the game on the last drive, say we're up by 4 and we need a first down on this drive to pretty much ice the game. We got to have that out of you. We've got to have that out of you. You've got to be able to finish games, and I think that's something that may change this year with him. The whole coaching staff is just completely different. Obviously, they brought Josh McDaniels back as the OC.
Yeah.
They got that Lions guy for their DC, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And Vrabes is back as the head coach, which was premeditated has been 4 years. He should have been the guy last year, but I don't think he was in a position to accept a head coaching job yet. The guy who I think will have a big season, and I try to stay away from, the guys that see the ball, get the ball like that's in their hands, like running back or quarterback. Obviously, Drake May has to have a good season.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're not going to have a good season collectively. I think Hunter Henry's the tight end. I think he's going to have a big season. I think he's going to have a kind of a comeback season. He's gonna have a bigger season that he's had in the past couple of years. I think the offense, defensively, I think we're in a pretty good spot. But offensively is where we lack just fight.
Yeah.
So putting the heat on those guys this year, spotlights on them. So like I said, I won't accept anything less. And I'm not being a homer. I'm not, I'm not looking outside I'm not saying, we're going to get back into it soon. I'm looking at 8 wins from the Patriots. I think
sounds fair.
I think a big reason why we lost a lot of games last year was from poor coaching decisions.
Yeah.
I think we lost a lot of games because of bad coaching. And, that's something Vrabel brings to the table that Mayo, unfortunately just didn't have. And it's unfortunate because Mayo, being a longtime Patriot from his playing days, up until he was the defensive assistant for Bill, then Bill left. It's unfortunate to have seen him go. But, by week 5 or 6 last year, he had lost the locker room. He had lost the whole team. You can't do that. You can't lose a first-year coach. You can't.
Already lost.
You can't go out there and talk bad about your team to the press. You can't do that. That you are setting yourself up for failure unless you go out and win the next 9 fucking games and somehow win the division against Buffalo.
Yeah.
Then you'll be forgiven for saying what you said. But until then, you don't badmouth your players who are in that locker room fighting for you as the head coach. They're fighting to keep you as a head coach.
Yeah, keep you employed.
Exactly. Why would you turn your back on them? Why would you badmouth them to the press? Just bad decisions by the whole staff.
Yeah.
Bill was obviously great. But it was time to kind of move on from that regime. And we'll do a show.
Not even a regime, it's the experiment.
Yeah.
The Mayo experiment.
Yeah, that's all it was. Mayo experiment. You got anything to add here before we close her down?
No, I don't think so.
That'll be it, eh?
Appreciate everybody listening.
Yeah.
Hope you liked the episode. Was this episode 4?
You got it.
Probably upload this one and talk to you guys in another week or so.
Yeah, we'll come back at you with more college talk. The next time we're able to record again, we'll have a little bit more to talk about as far as the football season will be closer. The college football season will be closer. The baseball playoffs will be closer. And maybe in a week or 2, we'll have a magic number for the Tigers.
Yeah.
When they can clinch.
Yep.
And that's going to be interesting.
I'm clinching, thinking about the clinch.
Oh, it's exciting.
I'm so happy.
It's exciting to think about.
If the Detroit Tigers win the World Series,
oh God,
I will on air cry like a baby.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Just right into the mic.
Not for you, not if you cry, but if the Tigers won the World Series, not at the expense of the Red Sox, of course, but
maybe next few episodes we'll do some fantasy talk. Till next time, guys.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Thanks for listening. Have a good night.